No matter what you eat or what you try, you're still dealing with bloating, fatigue, inflammation, and constipation or regular digestion. And for some people, the issue is not just food. It's usually something deeper that often goes overlooked. It's not just dairy and gluten, it's not just more enzymes or probiotics, and it's not just stress. One of the most overlooked root causes I see in clinical practice is parasites. Because here's the problem. If parasites are part of the picture and all you do is take probiotics or cut out a few foods or try to heal your gut, you may never fully get better. So you may feel a little better for a little while, but then the bloating, the cravings, the fatigue, the brain fog, skin issues, and digestive struggles, they just come right back. In this video, I want to break down why parasites can be missed, why your symptoms may keep recurring, what the real solution looks like, and what you can start doing right now if you suspect this is part of your story. Your labs have looked normal, your stool test was negative, or you've been told your bloating is just IBS. Listen up. Chronic bloating is never something to ignore. It is a signal. And when the same symptoms keep repeating, your body is usually telling you that there is still something deeper driving the dysfunction. The mistake a lot of people make is treating bloating like it is the problem. It's not. Bloating is the symptom. The real question is, what's creating the environment for this symptom to keep happening? See, for some people, it may be poor digestion. It may be low stomach acid or microbial imbalance, constipation, bile flow issues, or even food sensitivities. But for others, parasites are part of the bigger gut picture. When that happens, people stay stuck because they keep trying to calm symptoms without removing what is irritating the system in the first place. So this is why I will often hear, I just don't know what to eat anymore. I cut out gluten and I still bloat. I've done cleanses before, but my symptoms keep coming back. I've tested everything, but I was supposedly normal. There is nothing there. There's no parasites. This is a typical pattern you see when the root cause has not been fully addressed. See, one of the common and biggest misconceptions is that if someone had parasites, the signs would be obvious. But that's not always how this works. Parasites can be missed because they're not always being shed into the stool when you test. They don't always stay neatly in one place. They can even penetrate the gut wall and enter into circulation and may affect other organs or other tissues and create systemic symptoms, not just digestive ones. So a single negative stool test does not automatically rule out the possibility. As a result of this, people are told that their stool looks fine, their test looks fine, and they stop investigating, even though the symptoms persist. So all the while, they continue dealing with the bloating or the gas, constipation or loose stools, a fatigue and brain fog, maybe some skin irritation, sugar cravings. Other common symptoms are, anal itching, teeth grinding is really common, and even unexplained inflammation. So the issue is not that parasites are the only reason why you're feeling bloated. It's that this possibility is often dismissed way too quickly or completely overlooked. And another reason why people miss this is because they believe parasites are rare in the United States, but they're not. It's simply not true. You don't have to drink water from a remote jungle stream to be exposed. Exposure can occur through undercooked meat, pork, raw fish, unwashed produce, poor food handling, pets, travel, soil exposure, or a compromised gut environment. This is not just a third world country conversation. This is a modern gut health conversation. In today's global food system, parasites are a worldwide concern. The more run down, inflamed, constipated, nutrient depleted, and toxic the body becomes, the harder it is for the body to create resilience. That's when people become more susceptible to ongoing dysfunction. Even when parasites are part of the problem, the goal is not to think in an overly simplistic way. It's usually not as simple as killing the parasite and expecting everything to be fixed. They often show up in the body that already has deeper weaknesses, such as poor detox capacity or sluggish elimination, low stomach acid or microbial imbalance, nutrient depletion, chronic inflammation, weakened gut lining, and so on and so on. This is usually why people can undergo aggressive parasite protocols, feel terrible, stop about halfway through, and then have symptoms return. It's because the terrain was never fully addressed. The solution is not just to attack. The solution is to remove, but support and rebuild, and then retest when appropriate. This approach requires addressing the gut lining, your detox and drainage pathways, your bowel irregularity, liver and bile flow, inflammation, immune function, and the parasite life cycle itself. See, understanding the parasite life cycle is absolutely crucial. Parasites, they exist in phases. There's eggs, there's larvae, and then adults. So during the egg stage, this is where they're highly resistant. Right? During the larval stage, they're developing and becoming more invasive. And it's during the adult stage, that's where they're active and reproductive. So if a protocol doesn't account for each stage, you can temporarily reduce the burden without fully resolving the issue. Partial resolution can create the illusion of recovery until symptoms reappear. Effective protocols are cyclical and layered rather than random. You have to think beyond the symptom suppression and address the process in phases. You may also hear discussions about parasites being more active during certain times of the lunar cycle. So you may have heard of a full moon or a new moon parasite cleanse. The reason is that it's believed that hormonal shifts, like changes in melatonin and serotonin, which are observed during different moon phases, may influence parasite behavior. While the research is limited, many clinicians observe symptom fluctuations during these lunar cycles, and they adjust the protocols accordingly. So while I've personally recommended these cleanses at times, a balanced way to approach this is to acknowledge that clinically many people report stronger symptoms around the full moon or the new moon, and some practitioners use that window strategically in these protocols. So if someone is dealing with chronic bloating alongside other symptoms, it may be worth looking deeper. These may include constipation, diarrhea, or alternating stools. It could be foul smelling stools or mucus in your stool. But other things like sugar cravings, anal itching, skin rashes, fatigue, and brain fog. Look for dark circles under the eyes, teeth grinding at night, cyclical monthly flare-ups, weight changes, and unexplained nutrient deficiencies. Certain blood markers may also raise suspicion. For example, when you're looking at just a basic CBC in your blood work, look at eosinophils. Eosinophils above 3% and monocytes above 7% may indicate immune activation that's related to parasites. So while those findings are not diagnostic in nature, they may signal the need for further investigation when combined with clinical symptoms. So what is the answer if somebody suspects parasites? The answer is not to blindly listen to the Insta experts and randomly buy the strongest cleanse you can find online. The answer is to get strategic. You need to first consider whether your body is or is not eliminating properly, dealing with constipation. Are you supporting liver and drainage pathways? Is your gut inflamed and leaky? Or is your diet feeding the problem? Does your strategy support rebuilding the gut while addressing the burden? If you only focus on killing parasites without supporting elimination, detoxification, and gut repair, you can make yourself feel worse and get nowhere. See, a true root cause approach focuses on stopping what feeds dysfunction. It's supporting elimination. It's building a resilient gut environment. It's using the right targeted support and rebuilding afterward to prevent recurrence. If you suspect that this may be part of your picture, you have to start cleaning up the food environment, right? So first, we gotta reduce sugar, processed foods, alcohol. We have to prioritize whole foods, high quality protein, leafy greens, maybe cruciferous veggies, garlic, pumpkin seeds, for example. We have to hydrate adequately. We have to ensure regular bowel movements. We need to wash our produce thoroughly by soaking it in purified water and baking soda. Be mindful of raw foods and undercooked meat. Sushi and pork are not your friends. And I know for you sushi lovers, this is hard to hear. But finally, track your symptoms and look for patterns involving digestion, energy, cravings, skin issues, and cyclical changes. Most importantly, don't guess blindly forever. If you have chronic symptoms that are not resolving, work with a practitioner who understands the bigger picture. Someone who understands the correlation between gut health and detoxification, drainage and inflammation, and how to build a structured plan rather than relying on random supplements. If this sounds like you, and you've been struggling with bloating or fatigue, brain fog or gut issues, or symptoms no one has been able to connect, this is exactly why we focus on root cause care. The goal is not to silence symptoms for a bit, but to understand why your body is struggling and give it the support it needs to heal. If you want help taking the next step, download our parasite questionnaire just by using the link in our description. And if you're ready to go deeper, reach out to our office and see if this root cause approach is the right fit for you. Because healing doesn't begin with guessing, it begins with understanding.